Rapid fire time again. Sorry, but I have a lot of vids to do today, so let's just get these out of the way nice and quick. What's up? What's happening? What's going on? Welcome back to the animation station. Most of us here with the animation, including two Super Saiyans that fight for the fate of the Earth. And welcome to the final stretch of reviews for Super Saiyan-Tember 2. All three of them are coming out today, and it's going to be the end of our coverage of the Dragon Ball franchise. Because I'm not covering GT, I refuse to even touch Evolution, so this is going to be the final time for a while that I talk about Dragon Ball. Until we get Budokai Tenkaichi 4. Then I'll make an excuse to talk about it. But this is the final three videos and our final discussion of Dragon Ball. For at least a good while. So, without any more further ado or delay, as I forgot my freaking prop for the video, stupid me. Forgot my prop. Sorry about that. Let's dive in to the first original arc of Dragon Ball Super, the actual canon continuation of Dragon Ball Z, with the Universe 6 Tournament Saga. Most of it's on Part 3, the last episode's on Part 4. That's how I do it with these kind of DVDs. They have almost the entire saga on one DVD, except for one or two final episodes, but they'll stick on the next one. Like, for example, this has the end of the Resurrection F arc. So, yep, I'm going to cover all three of the original arcs of Super today, but unfortunately I only have DVDs of two of them. So, yeah, that's how we're going to do this. So, without further ado or delay, here's my written review. Here's me flexing my physical copy, even though I definitely need a new one because it's a little bit busted up here. I've had it for years. It was one of my first ever Dragon Ball DVDs, so I've had it for a while. But, yeah, let's dive in. From episodes 28 to 40. Following the events of Resurrection F, Goku and Vegeta return to Beerus' world to continue their intense training, which includes doing push-ups on their thumbs. Don't ask me, it's Dragon Ball. But it doesn't take long for trouble to come knocking once again as Lord Champa, Beerus' brother from the neighboring Universe 6, and his personal attendant, Vados, Whis' sister, arrive unannounced on the planet with a proposition after losing a food challenge. Challenging his brother to a fighting tournament amongst fighters of their choosing to decide whether or not their Earths will be swapped. With the fate of the Earth at stake and itching at the chance to fight opponents potentially stronger than him, as per usual if you know his character, Goku immediately jumps in to participate, also holding a special surprise in store that'll shake even Beerus to his very core. Kaioken Blue. We will talk a little bit about that at the end, don't worry. And unfortunately, I don't have my awesome glow-in-the-dark Kaioken Blue Goku Funko Pop to hold up right now, but just imagine I'm holding it. But I did do a full review of it on my channel if you want to check that out. Now we get into the controversial and most recent sagas of the series to date, anime-wise. I know there's been more sagas in the manga of, like, Moro and Granola, but I'm going off of the anime, because this is Animation Station after all. We don't review books here. I mean, we review things that are adapted from books, but we won't review just straight books, because that just sounds very boring. At least to me, that doesn't sound like great YouTube content, unless it's like a fan-made audiobook or something. And I may or may not make people angry by saying what I'm about to say, but it's my opinion. I personally love Dragon Ball Super and enjoy all three of its original sagas more than a fair bit. Sure, it's nowhere near the heights of Z, excluding the Buu saga, which is just barely above average. And yes, the movie recap arcs at the beginning suck. I'm not even going to try to dance around that one. You get one amazing episode of Goku and Vegeta training on Beerus' world while also having to do all the housekeeping stuff. That episode is hilarious. The rest of those two arcs are garbage. But it's a lot of fun to watch in its own right, and its fair share of amazing moments that are iconic to the franchise. Sure, tournament arcs are nothing new. I mean, it's been part of Dragon Ball's DNA pretty much since the beginning. And this one does take a while to get going. It has a few episodes before it actually gets to the saga. Like, if I pull up my DVD right here, and I open the thing up, and I look at the episode listing, it takes us until episode 32 to reach the actual tournament, which means we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 episodes of build-up until then. You know, building up the team for Universe 7 and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it does take a while to get going, but once it gets going, it really gets going. But after the terrible first fight, the rest are good to great. And in terms of Goku versus Hit, amazing. I mean, it's Goku versus Hit. If you haven't heard about it right now, then I'll just put it like this. It's one of the best fights in Super, and arguably one of the best fights in all of Dragon Ball. Nothing more to say. Where was I? And there's still some pretty funny moments. Goku arguing with the narrator being the funniest of the saga, in my opinion. Like, people love to trash the recap episode of this arc. But honestly, I found it pretty funny. You know, Vegeta having to explain to Krillin everything that's going on, and Goku keeps interrupting, and in turn, the way that Vegeta is telling Krillin is through the narrator. You know, the classic narrator from all of Z and yada yada yada. So, Goku getting antsy and wanting to jump in and explain more of it, even though Vegeta's already saying stuff about it, and he just argues with the narrator. Like, it's a fourth wall break, it's hilarious, and it fits Goku's character. So, yeah, in my opinion, I think that scene is freaking hilarious. Add on the good writing, fun new characters, and some really cool ones like Kaba, for example, showing us alternate universe Saiyans, which is actually a really interesting concept. Fantastic world building, hilarious ending. Like, the ending of this arc is hilarious. I'm not going to say how it ends, because that's a spoiler, but it's hilarious. That's all you need to know. Superb voice acting, as always, and pretty solid modern animation, and you have a pretty fun all-around saga. However, there's still some issues that need to be addressed. It takes half of the saga to get to the actual tournament. The runtime is a bit too long, the pacing is inconsistent, the jokes are very hit or miss. The first fight is absolutely terrible, along with that garbage character that they came up with for that fight. You know, the giant, stupid Winnie the Pooh knockoff. And there's some blatant plot recycling. Overall, though, this is a really fun watch, and the Goku vs. Hit fight alone makes it more than worth watching. Final verdict is a strong 7.5 out of 10. It's not quite a great saga, but it's far better than most say. I think that this saga is a lot of fun. It's really good. It's very entertaining, very enjoyable. It just has some faults here and there. You know what? No saga's perfect. Heck, even the Saiyan saga had some issues, and that's, I think, the highest one that's scored so far. So, yeah. Pretty positive thoughts on the Universe 6 saga. I think it's really enjoyable, I think it's really entertaining, and I think fans will have a good time with it. You just have to go through a few issues and nitpicks to really get to the quality stuff, but when you get to the quality stuff, it gets really good. So, yeah, definitely check this out. And you should definitely be able to find this DVD for pretty cheap, or find those Walmart exclusive double packs, which come with this one, as well as Part 4, so you have that entire saga, plus the start of the next saga. So, yeah, you have multiple ways to check it out. I definitely highly recommend you check it out. Well, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for what might be my favorite arc of Super. And this may be controversial, but again, it's my personal opinion. I'll see you guys next time when we dive into Goku Black.